lockdown began last year, two things have become very common in our life. The first is work from home, and the second is weight gain because of work from home. Many people are coming to my clinic and asking me that since last 1 year, we have been gaining weight around 4 to 5 kgs. We are trying constantly by exercise and dieting, but we are not able to achieve weight loss. So friends, weight gain is not just the byproduct of two habits like inactivity and bad food habits or bad food choices. There are a couple of other things which are responsible or which are contributing towards weight gain. So in this video, we will target all those causes, rather 15 causes responsible for weight gain. So let's see, what is obesity. Obesity is abnormal or excess fat accumulation which is impacting our health negatively and is responsible for either increased health issues or reducing life expectancy. Now, what are the areas where fat gets accumulated most commonly in case of obesity? Among females, it's around buttocks, hips, lower abdomen and thighs. Among males, it is more around abdominal and visceral part. Visceral part meaning around the internal organs. Now, what are the measures of assessing the obesity? The first is body mass index. Body mass index is weight divided by height square. The doctor will measure your weight, will ask for the height estimation, and will find a formula or the result of BMI. If it is less than 18.5, it's considered underweight or malnourished. If it is between 18.5 24.9, it is the healthy weight or normal BMI. Anything between 25 and 30 or 29.9 to be precise is overweight. That's the first step towards obesity. And anything more than 30 is obesity. There are further different stages of obesity which we'll discuss later. The second way of assessing obesity is waist circumference. You have to wrap your measuring tape around the narrowest part of the waist, mostly just above the navel point. Don't make it very loose or keep it very tight. Whatever the estimation is, if it is more than 94 in male, if it is more than 80 in females, it is considered the marker of obesity. The third important thing or ways of measuring is waist-hip ratio. The same way you have to measure the waist circumference, then you have to measure your hip circumference. For hip circumference, you have to take the broadest part of your hip, wrap around the measuring tape, and don't keep it very loose or very tight. Measure, if it is whatever value you are getting, you have to divide the waist circumference by hip circumference, and whatever ratio you are getting, if it is more than 0.9 in males and if it is more than 0.8 in females, it's an indicator of obesity. The others like DEXA, BAI, that is basically bioelectric impedance technique, and CT or MRI. Now let's have a look towards some data. First of all, the global data which is given by WHO. From 1975 to 2016, that is about 40 years, the prevalence of obesity has just tripled. In 2016, there were 2 billion adults, which is 39% of the total population. They were found overweight. 650 million adults, 13% of the total population were obese. On the basis of this trend, they have given a projection for 2040, which says that about 50% of world population will be overweight and 32% will be obese. That means in world, every one person out of 2 will be overweight and every 1 out of 3 will be obese. It's a huge figure. Now let's have a look towards Indian data. In 1998 census, it was found that 8.4% of population at that time were overweight and 2.2% were obese. In 2015, which is around 17 years later from 1998, 15.5% were overweight and 5.1% were obese. On the basis of this trend, they have projected that by 2040, around 30.5% will be overweight and 13.9% will be obese. If there are 4 people in a family, every one person out of those 4 people will have obesity or overweight issues. Obesity and overweight are just not one condition. They are the initial step of many diseases like diabetes, hypertension, stroke, heart problems, and many others. So that means that every 1 out of 4 in a family will have one or the other morbid issues because of obesity, which is a huge thing, and hence we should not neglect this condition. If you are liking information we are giving through our videos, Please encourage us by hitting like button. Share it with more and more people so that they will get benefited out of it. If you have any question related to your health, feel free to put it on the comment box. We will answer it as soon as possible. And also, do not forget to subscribe this channel and hit the bell icon to get notifications of our upcoming videos. Now, let's quickly see what are the 15 causes of weight gain which is causing trouble to all of you. The first is unhealthy food habit. Now, unhealthy food habit doesn't mean that it's just about the quality of food we are consuming, it's about quantity and frequency of meals as well. Firstly, let us discuss what is quality of food which is causing us problems. High carbohydrate food, high fat content food like sugar, sweetened beverages, desserts, fruit juices, refined grains, confectionery and bakery items, potatoes, processed food and chocolates. These all are high in carb and are naturally not good for us if we are targeting weight loss or healthy weight. People are very much confused about how much food they should take. So it's very easy. Don't fill your stomach up to the brim. Keep some space. Don't eat as per your hunger. Eat as per your requirement is the easiest answer. For further details, we will add everything in the next video when we will explain the weight loss regimen. The next is frequency. How frequently you should eat. The most important thing is you shouldn't space out your meal a lot. Eat something healthy in small proportions every 4 to 6 hourly. Now, next is sedentary lifestyle. What do you mean by sedentary lifestyle? When there is little or no activity in a day. WHO is advised to do moderate intensity exercise for 30 minutes per day, 5 days a week to stay fit. And I'm talking about staying fit, not losing weight. Apart from that, you can also do 10,000 steps per day if you have pedometer or the application which such as step counters or something like that. Anything less than this is taking you one step closer to obesity. Now, the next important thing is aging. As we all know that with increasing age, the basal metabolic rate, that is the activity rate of your body will reduce, because of which whatever you will eat, it will not get digested properly. More of that will be stored in your body as fat. Along with that, since you are weak, as you're old, there will be more fatigue and less of the physical activity, which will again increase the weight gain problems. Apart from that, the medical issues as well as the medicines you are eating for those medical issues will also add up to the problem. The next is genetics. Since obesity has become a major issue globally, researchers from various parts of the world are trying to find the relationship between various factors in obesity. One of the factors they found out was genetics. That is, around 5 to 8% of population who are obese are having some genetic abnormalities in them, which are running in their family as hereditary problems. So most of the people in a family are fat or obese or overweight. I'm sure you must have seen few families where everyone looks to be more healthy compared to the other people. Apart from that, the next is pregnancy. We know that weight gain in pregnancy is considered to be very healthy, but for few females, it is impossible or very difficult to lose their weight after the pregnancy as well. The next important thing is lack of sleep. As I have already mentioned in my previous video, which was on sleep, that sleep is a major contributor towards weight gain. How? Let's see. When we are sleep deprived, there's more hunger. There are two hormones, leptin and ghrelin, which are responsible for regulating the hunger and satiety in a body. Because of sleep deprivation, the level of these hormones get altered and we feel more hungry. Since we have more time because we are sleeping less, we keep munching. Because of these two reasons, there will be gain in the calorie. Another reason is lack of thermoregulation and increased fatigability. Because of this, the physical activity reduces. These two are the prior reason for weight gain or net weight gain in sleep deprived people. What can you do to improve your sleep? I have already given you 20 habits towards good sleep in my previous video, the link of which is given in the I button. Please check it out. The next is medicines. Medicines, there are certain medicines like steroids, antipsychotic, antidepressant, insulin, anticonvulsant, which are responsible for weight gain. There are certain medical conditions as well, like hypothyroidism, PCOD, Prader-Willi syndrome, metabolic X syndrome, many other diseases which which the end result of which is weight gain. There are certain mental conditions like depression, anxiety, schizophrenia. All these things increase stress, increase overeating, and which results in weight gain. Apart from that, the medicines which are the antipsychotic medicines and antidepressant medicines are also responsible for weight gain. Another thing is eating same kind of food or your gut microbe diversity reduction. I have already explained in my previous video on gut microbiome that researchers have found that people who have diverse microbiome, gut microbiome actually, have better weight control or good weight or normal weight. Those who have less diversity or those who have hampered or damaged gut microbiome are more prone to get obese. For further information about this, you can watch my previous video on gut microbiome, gut health, the link of which is also given in this I button here. Now, the alcohol consumption is another very important factor. When we'll consume alcohol along with the high fat diet that we consume with alcohol, there is increased release of some specific oxidant species from liver, which is responsible for increasing cholesterol levels, which then increase obesity or contribute to obesity. Apart from that, there are some hybrid food or chemically produced food products which are responsible for weight gain. Researchers have found out that these are major contributors of weight gain in current generation. So we cannot overlook this fact. The next is dehydration. Dehydration is also one of the important regulator of weight. How? See, water is an important component of every reaction or metabolic reactions happening in our body. If we do not have sufficient amount of water, these metabolic reactions will slow down, which will increase the accumulation of fat in the body and will cause weight gain. Apart from that, there is one last thing, which is fluid retention. This can happen because of excess salt intake or kidney issues or hypertension issues or blood pressure issues, medicines like cortisol, and other kind of antihypertensive medications, hormones like estrogens, thyroxine hormone. All these things can cause retention of fluid in your body and hence increase of weight. Now, we have just seen 15 different causes of weight gain. There are many people who are coming to my clinic and asking that we have tried everything. We are strictly following diet plans. We are doing heavy exercises, but still we are gaining weight. We are not losing it. Why? The reason is you're focusing only on two problems, that is eating habits and exercise. You're not following on rest 13 things which are there, and hence you are not losing weight. So if you are sleep deprived, I'll just enumerate things again. If you are sleep deprived, if you are spacing your meals too much, if you are not taking enough quantity of food, if you are not drinking sufficient water, if you have medical conditions, if you are genetically prone towards it, if you are on certain medications which are increasing weight gain, if you are consuming alcohol, everything can impact your weight loss regimen. Apart from that, there is one more thing which I need to mention is there are people who are coming to me and saying that we are doing heavy exercise for 2 hours, 3 hours continuously, yet we are not losing weight. Reason is, if you are stressing your body too much, heavy exercise means what? You are stressing out much on your body. In that stressed out condition, your body release hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, which will accumulate more fat because they will consider it as a stressful condition. Apart from that, if you are very much fatigued in gym, then you will go home, you will sleep, or you will just pass out, or you will sit on a chair for a long time because you are feeling fatigued. This will again reverse the workout, whatever the activities was going on in your workout process. So you will again start gaining weight. Another thing is there is something called resting metabolic rate. That is, if you are sleeping 24 hours in a day, even at that point of time, your body requires some amount of energy or calorie to process the other activities, the involuntary activities which are going on in your body, like breathing, regulating your intestine functions and everything. So if you are following a crash diet, which is restricting your minimal requirement of energy or calorie in your body to maintain your resting metabolic rate, if you're not providing even that much amount of calorie, that means your body will consider that situation as a stressful situation and will start accumulating more and more fat, and you will gain weight. Even if you are eating in small quantity, that will straight away we convert it into fat. Next is if you are very much stressed out. If you are taking too much stress of everything, that is also going to affect your weight loss regime. So I've given you everything regarding what is causing your weight gain and why you are not losing your weight properly even after following every dietary and exercise regime. So I hope this will help you. In next video, we are going to see what are the negative impact of obesity on our health. So till then, stay safe, stay healthy.